In the next few minutes, I'm exposing what's actually hiding inside the chicken sandwiches Americans order millions of times every single day. From filets pumped full of saltwater solutions designed to inflate the weight you're paying for, to frying oils containing the same silicone-based compound found in silly putty. What you're about to hear should seriously change your next drive-thru order. And here's the good news. Stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal the 4 chicken sandwiches that actually deliver real food without the worst chemical shortcuts. Let's separate the real chicken from the science experiments. 8. McDonald's McCrispy. Starting at number 8, the McDonald's McCrispy came with a premium rebrand, new marketing, and a higher price tag. But underneath all of that, the ingredient list tells a very different story. The chicken fillet is listed as chicken breast with rib meat, water, salt, and sodium phosphates, followed by a seasoning blend that includes monosodium glutamate. That's confirmed MSG in the McCrispy, something McDonald's doesn't exactly highlight on their menu boards. The fillet also contains hydrogenated soybean oil, which is a known source of artificial trans fats that the American Heart Association has warned against for decades, because they simultaneously raise bad LDL cholesterol while lowering protective HDL cholesterol. While the amounts per serving may fall under the threshold that allows a zero trans fat label, regular consumption across multiple meals adds up quickly. Each McCrispy sandwich delivers 470 calories and roughly 1,140 milligrams of sodium. To put that in context, the American Heart Association recommends that adults with blood pressure concerns stay below 1,500 milligrams for the entire day. One McCrispy gets you 76% of the way there before you've ordered fries, a drink, or anything else. The breading adds modified food starch and dextrose, which is essentially sugar added to a savory product to accelerate browning during frying. The bun contributes high fructose corn syrup and calcium propionate as a mold inhibitor to extend shelf life. What makes this sandwich particularly frustrating is the marketing mismatch. McDonald's retired their old chicken sandwich name and relaunched it as the McCrispy, with a fresh image and a price increase. But the ingredient list reveals the same ultra-processed formula with the same additives. The spicy version pushes sodium even higher, to around 1,320 milligrams per sandwich. And when the very first ingredients after chicken are water and sodium phosphates, that tells you this fillet was injected with a saltwater solution to add moisture and weight before it ever reached a fryer. You are literally paying chicken prices for added water. 7. Burger King Royal Crispy Chicken. At number 7, Burger King's Royal Crispy Chicken Sandwich carries 600 calories, 31 grams of fat, and 1,330 milligrams of sodium per serving. The chicken fillet follows the same industry-standard formula of chicken breast, with rib meat followed by water and sodium phosphates, confirming the saltwater injection practice found across fast food. But what stands out with Burger King is the use of yeast extract in the fillet seasoning. Yeast extract is what food scientists call a hidden MSG ingredient. It contains free glutamates that trigger the same flavor-enhancing response as monosodium glutamate, but because it's derived from yeast rather than synthesized directly, companies can use it without the 3 letters MSG appearing on the label. The taste receptors in your mouth can't tell the difference. The effect is identical. Burger King has quietly reduced ingredient transparency in recent menu updates, making it noticeably harder for consumers to find complete ingredient breakdowns compared to competitors like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. This is the same company that discontinued their Chick-fil-A sandwich, which actually posted slightly better nutritional numbers at around 670 calories and 1,080 milligrams of sodium, and replaced it with the Royal Crispy, which is measurably worse on nearly every metric. More calories, more sodium, more fat, but with new branding that positions it as an upgrade. The brioche-style bun includes enriched flour, sugar, and dough conditioners, including DATEM, a chemical emulsifier that some preliminary research has flagged for potential impacts on gut health with regular consumption. For a sandwich, marketed as a premium chicken offering competing in the chicken sandwich wars, the Royal Crispy delivers a heavy additive load behind a thin layer of premium packaging. 6. KFC Chicken Sandwich. At number 6, KFC's chicken sandwich reveals one of the most honest yet alarming ingredient disclosures in the entire fast food industry. The filet is listed as containing up to 18% solution of water, salt, and sodium phosphates. Think about what that means for a second. Up to 18% of the chicken you're eating isn't chicken at all. It's injected salt water. This industry practice, known as plumping, is perfectly legal. The USDA allows producers to inject poultry with added solutions, and some food service products go even higher than retail limits. According to the Center for Science and the Public Interest, a serving of plumped chicken can contain between 200 and 500 milligrams of sodium just from the injection alone, compared to 45 to 70 milligrams in non-plumped chicken. When you're paying $7 or $8 for a chicken sandwich and nearly 1/5 of that fillet is salt water, you're paying chicken prices for water weight. Beyond the plumping, KFC's sandwich contains both monosodium glutamate and autolyzed yeast extract. Those are two separate sources of glutamate in one sandwich, essentially doubling down on flavor enhancers rather than relying on the actual taste of quality chicken. The sandwich clocks in at 650 calories, roughly 35 grams of fat, and 1,260 milligrams of sodium. The breading adds potassium phosphates on top of the sodium phosphates already in the filet, stacking phosphate additives in a way that concerns kidney specialists. Research published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology has linked high dietary phosphate intake to increased cardiovascular risk, particularly in individuals with existing kidney function concerns. For a company that built its entire identity on chicken, the amount of chemical engineering required to make their sandwich taste the way it does raises a simple question. If the chicken is that good, why does it need this many additives? 5. Zaxby's Signature Chicken Sandwich. Approaching the top 5 worst offenders, the Zaxby's Signature Sandwich is one of the heaviest entries on this entire list at 780 calories and 43 grams of fat per serving. That's more calories than a Big Mac and more fat than many people should consume in an entire meal. The sandwich contains confirmed monosodium glutamate in the seasoning, and the allergen disclosure lists eggs, milk, soy, wheat, and sulfites, making it one of the most allergen-dense chicken sandwiches you can buy at a drive-thru. Sulfites are particularly worth noting because they can trigger severe reactions in sensitive individuals, including asthmatic episodes, and many consumers have absolutely no idea their chicken sandwich even contains them. The filet is hand-breaded, which Zaxby's markets as a premium feature. But hand-breaded does not mean clean ingredients. The breading still relies on multiple additives, processing aids, and chemical flavor enhancers to achieve its taste and texture. The Zax sauce, which is a central part of the sandwich's appeal, adds substantial additional sodium, sugar, and preservatives on top of an already overloaded filet. The chicken is fried in refined soybean oil, one of the most common fast food cooking oils, but also one of the most heavily processed, typically extracted from soybeans using the industrial chemical solvent hexane. Zaxby's also publishes significantly less detailed ingredient information on their website compared to chains like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, making it difficult for health-conscious consumers to evaluate what they're actually ordering. When a sandwich approaches 800 calories and nearly 50 grams of fat before fries or a drink, you are not eating a chicken sandwich anymore. You're eating a calorie bomb that happens to contain chicken. 4. Popeyes Classic Chicken Sandwich. At number 4, the Popeyes Classic Chicken Sandwich launched the entire fast food chicken sandwich war back in 2019, and the frenzy surrounding it literally turned deadly. In November of that year, a 28-year-old man named Kevin Tyrell Davis was fatally stabbed at a Popeyes in Oxon Hill, Maryland, after a confrontation over cutting in line to buy the sandwich. The attacker, Ryko McLean, was later convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 22 years in prison. A man died over a chicken sandwich. That alone should give anyone pause about the manufactured hysteria surrounding this product. But even setting the tragedy aside, the nutritional profile is genuinely alarming. At 700 calories, 42 grams of total fat, and 14 grams of saturated fat, a single Popeyes sandwich delivers 70% of your entire daily saturated fat limit in one sitting. The sodium hits 1,440 milligrams, which is very close to the full daily recommended intake the American Heart Association suggests for adults managing blood pressure. The sandwich contains confirmed MSG, and the buttery brioche bun layers additional sugar, fat, and calories on top of an already excessive fillet. The saturated fat content is what should concern regular consumers the most. Cardiologists consistently identify saturated fat as a primary driver of LDL cholesterol, the kind directly associated with arterial plaque buildup and coronary heart disease. One Popeyes sandwich leaves you with barely 30% of your saturated fat budget for the remainder of the day. The barrel-cured pickles contribute sodium benzoate and additional sodium to the total count. And Popeyes' parent company, Restaurant Brands International, dropped its no antibiotics ever commitment back in 2017, making them one of the earliest major chains to abandon that consumer promise. Between the saturated fat, the sodium, the MSG, the antibiotic policy reversal, and the literal violence the product generated, the Popeyes Classic has earned this spot on the list. 3. Culver's Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Claiming the number 3 spot, Culver's has built a brand on Midwestern charm, family values, and a commitment to quality that sets them apart from typical fast food. But the ingredient list of their crispy chicken sandwich paints a very different picture. At 690 calories, 35 grams of fat, 8 grams of saturated fat, 9 grams of sugar, and a staggering 1,590 milligrams of sodium, this is one of the most nutritionally excessive chicken sandwiches in the country. But the real story with Culver's isn't just the calorie count or the sodium. It's the MSG, or rather, the 5 different ways they've hidden it. The ingredient list includes autolyzed yeast extract, Torula yeast, hydrolyzed soy protein, hydrolyzed corn protein, and the combination of disodium inosonate with disodium guanylate. Those last two are known in food science as MSG potentiators because they amplify the effect of glutamate on your taste receptors by up to 15 times. No other chicken sandwich on this list stacks this many flavor-enhancing compounds into a single product. Culver's has essentially built a glutamate delivery system and wrapped it in a bun. And speaking of the bun, it contains high fructose corn syrup and calcium propionate as a preservative. The pickles include Yellow 5, a synthetic petroleum-derived dye linked to hyperactivity in children that several European countries require warning labels for. The chicken fillet itself contains sodium phosphates, confirming the same saltwater injection practice found across the industry. What makes Culver's position at number 3 so significant is the Grand Canyon-sized gap between their wholesome brand image and their ingredient reality. They charge premium prices and market themselves as a meaningful step above regular fast food, emphasizing their Butterburger heritage and friendly Midwestern roots. But their chicken sandwich is loaded with more hidden flavor enhancers than almost any competitor at half the price. When 5 different additives in one sandwich all serve the exact same purpose, making mediocre chicken taste better than it actually is, that is not craftsmanship. That is chemistry. 2. Wendy's Classic Chicken Sandwich. Coming in at number 2, the Wendy's Classic Chicken Sandwich manages to stack every category of concern into one product in a way that no other chain on this list quite matches. The chicken fillet contains monosodium glutamate in the seasoning. The breading adds more MSG as a separate ingredient. And on top of both of those, Eospers yeast extract appears in the fillet as yet another glutamate source. That is 3 different MSG pathways engineered into a single piece of chicken. You'd be hard-pressed to find another fast food item with that level of flavor enhancer layering. The frying oil at Wendy's contains dimethylpolesiloxane, a silicone-based anti-foaming agent. This is the same class of synthetic compound used in the production of silly putty, cosmetic products, and industrial lubricants. The FDA classifies it as generally recognized as safe at permitted concentrations, but the fact that it's sitting in the oil that cooks your chicken is something the vast majority of consumers have never been told and would probably prefer to know. The Chick-fil-A also lists sodium phosphates, confirming the saltwater injection, along with modified cornstarch as an additional texture modifier. The bun adds its own layer of problems with high fructose corn syrup and calcium propionate, a chemical preservative that gives the bun a shelf life no bread made with real ingredients would ever achieve. Sodium in this sandwich reaches as high as 1,650 milligrams, depending on the specific preparation, meaning a single Wendy's Classic delivers over 70% of your entire daily sodium limit before you've added a single condiment, dipped a single fry, or taken a single sip of soda. What earns Wendy's the second worst ranking is the sheer accumulation across every layer. MSG in the seasoning, MSG in the breading, yeast extract in the fillet, silicone compounds in the frying oil, high fructose corn syrup in the bun, chemical preservatives holding it all together. Every component of this sandwich, from the protein to the cooking method to the bread it sits on, contains additives that would never appear in a chicken sandwich made in any home kitchen. The distance between Wendy's fresh, never frozen marketing and the chemical reality of what you're actually eating is one of the widest gaps in the entire fast food industry. 1. Wingstop Chicken Sandwich, taking the #1 spot as the absolute worst chicken sandwich you can order in America. The Wingstop Chicken Sandwich delivers something no other sandwich on this list comes anywhere close to. The plain version, before any sauce or flavor is applied, contains 610 calories and 1,720 milligrams of sodium. That's 75% of your recommended daily sodium intake from a sandwich with nothing on it. But nobody goes to Wingstop for plain anything. The entire appeal is the sauces and flavors, and that's where this sandwich becomes genuinely dangerous. Order the mild version, and you're consuming 870 calories, 52 grams of fat, 10 grams of saturated fat, 10 grams of sugar, and a staggering 2,750 milligrams of sodium. That is 120% of your entire recommended daily sodium intake in one sandwich. You would need to eat absolutely nothing else containing sodium for the rest of the day, and you would still be over your limit. The Louisiana Rub version is marginally less extreme at 2,020 milligrams, but that's still 88% of a full day's allowance from a single menu item. For anyone watching their blood pressure, and that includes roughly half of all American adults over the age of 40, a single sauced Wingstop sandwich isn't just unhealthy, it's a cardiovascular event in a wrapper. The American Heart Association recommends that adults with hypertension risk stay below 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. One Wingstop sandwich with mild sauce nearly doubles that number in a single sitting. And the sodium doesn't come from one source. It stacks through the plumped chicken fillet, the seasoned breading, the sauce, the pickles, and the bun, each layer compounding hundreds of milligrams until the total reaches levels no other mainstream chicken sandwich even approaches. What earns Wingstop the #1 worst ranking isn't just the sodium, though that alone would be more than enough. It's the fact that the sauces, which are the only reason people walk into a Wingstop in the first place, transform an already heavy sandwich into something that exceeds safe daily limits for an essential dietary metric. There is no warning on the menu, no context for the numbers, no indication that what you're ordering contains more sodium than most doctors would want you to consume in an entire day. Just a sandwich that quietly delivers 120% of your daily sodium and a receipt. After exposing the chemical shortcuts and sodium disasters, here's some relief for chicken sandwich lovers. These 4 sandwiches prove that fast food chicken can be done without completely sacrificing your health. Real ingredients, better sourcing, and cleaner preparation methods set these apart from everything above. 4. Chick-fil-A Original Chicken Sandwich. Starting our recommended list at number 4, the Chick-fil-A Original uses a whole boneless chicken breast with no fillers, no artificial flavors, and no added hormones. The breast is hand-breaded in-house at each location and pressure cooked in 100% refined peanut oil, which is significantly more oxidatively stable than the soybean and vegetable oil blends that most of the competition relies on. At 440 calories with 19 grams of fat and only 4 grams of saturated fat, it posts the lowest calorie count and lowest saturated fat of any fried chicken sandwich from a major national chain. However, Chick-fil-A earns the number 4 spot, rather than higher for important reasons. The breading does contain MSG, and the bun includes calcium propionate. Sodium sits at 1,350 milligrams, which is still significant. And in the spring of 2024, Chick-fil-A quietly abandoned its decade-long no antibiotics ever pledge, shifting to the weaker industry standard of no antibiotics important to human medicine. Food safety experts criticized the move. Northeastern University professor Darren Detweiler noted that the industry essentially lost an activist voice in the fight against antibiotic resistance. Despite that setback, the core product, whole breast meat pressure cooked in peanut oil without fillers or artificial ingredients, remains meaningfully cleaner than the 8 sandwiches ranked above. It belongs on this list, but it no longer deserves the spotless reputation it spent years building. 3. Whataburger Grilled Chicken Sandwich. At number 3, the Whataburger Grilled Chicken Sandwich stands apart from everything else on this list by avoiding the fryer entirely. The chicken is a grilled boneless, skinless breast, served on a toasted bun with lettuce, tomato, and your choice of condiment. At just 405 calories, 11 grams of fat, and 1,030 milligrams of sodium. It delivers the lowest calorie count, the lowest fat content, and the lowest sodium of any chicken sandwich across all 12 entries, worst and best combined. The grilled preparation eliminates the concerns about dimethylpolysiloxane, TBHQ, and degraded frying oils that affect nearly every other chain on this list. The fillet does contain up to 15% added solution, meaning some saltwater injection is still present, and the bun oil lists TBHQ and dimethylpolysiloxane. But in context, these are relatively minor issues compared to the chemical engineering happening at the 8 chains ranked above. Whataburger grills the chicken fresh at the restaurant, rather than reheating a pre-cooked patty, which matters for both quality and ingredient integrity. For anyone managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or weight, this is the most nutritionally responsible chicken sandwich available from a major fast food chain. The only real downside is availability. Whataburger operates primarily across the southern United States, meaning millions of Americans simply don't have access to it. 2. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Coming in at number 2, Raising Cane's takes an entirely different approach to fast food chicken. Instead of a formed fillet injected with solutions and coated in additive-heavy breading, Cane's serves whole chicken breast tenderloins. These are actual strips of breast muscle, never frozen, hand-battered fresh, and cooked to order at every location. The ingredient list is remarkably short by fast food standards. Chicken breast tenderloin, enriched wheat flour, salt, spices, leavening, dried egg whites, and soybean or canola oil. That is the entire list. No MSG, no sodium phosphates, no modified food starch, no yeast extract, no hydrolyzed proteins, no autolyzed anything. 3 chicken fingers deliver approximately 390 calories and 600 milligrams of sodium, which is substantially lower than every single fried sandwich on this list. The simplicity of the preparation is the entire business model. Cane's doesn't offer 15 sauces or 27 menu items because they focus on one product and execute it with minimal processing. The main caveat is the Cane's sauce, which contributes meaningful sodium and fat if you're dipping generously, and the Texas toast side adds butter and refined carbs. But the chicken itself is about as clean as fast food fried chicken gets anywhere in the country. When a chain's complete ingredient list fits on a sticky note while Competitors need full printed pages that tells you everything about the gap in quality between Cane's and the sandwiches ranked in the 8 above. 1. Shake Shack Chicken Shack. Taking the top spot as the best chicken sandwich worth ordering, Shake Shack's Chicken Shack sets the standard for what fast food chicken can actually be when a company prioritizes ingredient sourcing over profit margins. The chicken is 100% all-natural, cage-free breast meat raised with no antibiotics ever and no added hormones. In an industry where Chick-fil-A, Tyson Foods, and Popeye's parent company have all abandoned their no antibiotics ever commitments in recent years, Shake Shack has held firm on theirs. They even leveraged Chick-fil-A's 2024 reversal as a direct marketing opportunity to highlight their own continued commitment to antibiotic-free sourcing. The sandwich delivers 550 calories, 31 grams of fat, 7 grams of saturated fat, and 1,170 milligrams of sodium, the lowest sodium count of any fried chicken sandwich from a major chain. The bun is a non-GMO Martin's potato roll. The chicken is hand-breaded and fried to order rather than pulled from a warmer. Health-focused critics have fairly pointed out that the frying oil still contains soybean oil with T, BHQ, and dimethylpolysoloxane, and the seasoning includes the intentionally vague term natural flavors. These are legitimate concerns worth noting, but in the full context of the competition, Shake Shack's protein sourcing, antibiotic policy, and overall ingredient quality place it meaningfully ahead of every other chain we investigated. When you combine cage-free chicken, no antibiotics ever, a non-GMO bun, and the lowest sodium among fried options, the Chicken Shack is the closest thing to a genuinely responsible choice available in the fast food chicken sandwich market. There you have it, 8 chicken sandwiches loaded with hidden MSG, saltwater-injected fillets, silicone-based anti-foaming agents, and sodium levels that would genuinely alarm your cardiologist, plus 4 that deliver real chicken without the worst of the chemical compromises. Before your next drive-through run, remember this: check the sodium count before you order. Look for whole breast meat without sodium phosphate solutions listed in the ingredients, and when possible, choose chains that are actually transparent about what they put in their food. If this changed the way you think about fast food chicken, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me which chain or product you want investigated next, and share this with anyone who deserves to know what they're really eating. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.